Hey guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm for Poverty. I'm your host, Drip Coach, dropping knowledge bombs on all drip ecosystem related projects. And in today's video, we're going to be kind of listening to a couple clips from Mark Yusko. So in this clip, if you are uneasy about the current banking crisis, or you want to know the real reason behind it, then this video is for you. In this eye-opening interview, Mark Yusko, a renowned investor, sheds light on what's really going on in the banking world. Did you know that the fines paid by big global banks for their wrongdoings are almost 80% of the whole market cap of Bitcoin? That is a truly staggering amount. According to Mark, the bank's crisis is not a mere coincidence, but a well-planned strategy to create fear and distrust, not just in crypto, but also in traditional banking. But why on earth would they do that? Well, it appears to make you move your money from banks to the government. And of course, Mark explains how gold is the only real money and everything else is just debt and currency built on top of it. So the more people fear banks, the more likely they are to invest in the government-backed assets. But can they really ban crypto? Absolutely not. You can't stop electricity from flowing, and Mark says that Bitcoin is exactly like that. You can't ban a decentralized system like Bitcoin. So we're going to play a couple clips, and then I encourage you guys to jump on over to Only the Savvy and check out the whole thing if you're interested. And this is actually a clip of the actual entire interview, but this one piece where he's talking about this banning of crypto and how decentralized it is, I thought was very, very telling. So let's jump right into that.
But now they've been guaranteed. So here's the thing. Let's say they did. Let's say they said, no way, you can't use any US government sanctioned banking rails to convert into Bitcoin. What would people do? Well, they do what they did in 2013. They would take cash out of the ATM and they would go meet someone in a dark alley. Yep. They would exchange a little key with Bitcoin on it, and you had $5 wrench risk and kidnapping risk and all the bad stuff that happens today when people buy illicit things. Or you just VPN out of the United States and go to your Swiss bank account or Singaporean bank account, or you fly down to Costa Rica, where somebody I know might be headed for spring break this year to check it out, and you withdraw money there, or go to Bitcoin ATM. So no, you can't ban it. You can't ban a decentralized. Saying you're going to ban crypto or ban Bitcoin is a little like saying you're going to stop electricity from flowing. They're trying to create fear and distrust, not just of crypto, but of banking. Well, wait a minute. If you're the banks, why would you want to foment unrest about banking? Oh, because you want people to be so afraid of keeping their money in the bank, they move it to the Fed. Every Sunday since 1987, actually early 1988, so it's the January 1988, it happened after the 87 crash. Every Sunday, the Council on Economic Stability meets. The head of the Treasury, the head of the Fed, and the four biggest banks, okay? They meet. And that's why every big thing that's happened in financial services in the last 35 years happens on Sunday night. When did Bear Stearns get taken over? Sunday night. When did Lehman get taken over? Sunday night. When did Washington Mutual get taken over? Sunday night. When did Wachovia Bank get taken over? Sunday night. When did Silicon Valley Bank happen? Sunday night. Signature Bank, Sunday night. That's how it works. And here's the problem. The Fed, the Federal Reserve, is neither federal nor does it have any reserves. It is not a bank. It is a private corporation owned by the banks and a handful of very, very wealthy European families. It was created by the same people that created the original central bank in the Netherlands to finance wars, to take over France so they could have the world reserve currency for 70 years, right? After France took over Spain, which took over Portugal. And then half of the family moved to London and set up the Bank of England. And because they had the steamship and they had a better navy, then they took over the Netherlands and got the world reserve currency, and the sun never set on the British Empire. And then because of Oppenheimer, big movie that just came out, we had nuclear submarines and we became the most powerful navy and we became the world reserve currency. And now they see that it's threatened. And why is it threatened? Well, mismanagement. All empires fail. Every one. There are no exceptions. Name an empire that stayed around. There aren't any. And the American empire is falling
To watch the full interview,
Man, mic drop. I love listening to Mark. He is definitely knowledgeable and breaks things down in a really, really easy way. But I just want to share that with you because there's a lot of definitely uncertainty in the banking industry. And then you have things like these kinds of partnerships, if you will, popping up in the background. And I mentioned this in my Telegram, so I'll just share it here publicly. I believe that there will be a kind of 5 digital reserve currencies or 5 world currencies. So the dollar is not going anywhere. It'll just take a different shape, but we will definitely have yuan, possibly the Russian ruble, Bitcoin, and the pound. And did I say the dollar? Dollar, yuan, pound, Bitcoin, and euro. There we go. That's what I think will actually happen. I don't know. Could be more, could be less. But there's basically a changing of the guard, or as Ray Dalio says, a new world order shaking up. And like Rusko just said, the US is falling. They're not going to disappear, but because they're always going to be a world power, and they will just have to find a way to shift power. In another video that I watched, I forgot who it was, but like he mentioned here, the ability for us to create these global reserve currencies was because of ships and basically naval power. Well, now we're moving from ships to chips, chips being computing power and the ability to get information faster and further. So this is a information war that will shake up, and Bitcoin is one of the most robust ones out there, hence why it'll still be here as this new world order takes place. But make no mistake, there is a lot of FUD circulating. And I think the most recent is, let's pull up the one from CZ. The most recent is the CFTC filing a civil complaint against Binance, stating that they do not agree with the characterization of many of the issues alleged in the complaint. Binance claims to have implemented a mandatory KYC program and have one of the highest standards in KYC and AML. Binance has also assisted U.S. law enforcement in freezing and seizing more than 125 million in funds in 2022 alone and 160 million in 2023. Binance has 16 licenses and registrations globally and claims not to trade for profit or manipulate the market. Binance prohibits its employees from actively trading, including in futures. Binance has strict policies for anyone with access to private information such as details of listings, launch pads, etc., and they are not allowed to buy or sell those coins. Binance looks for amicable solutions to all problems and is collaborative with regulators and government agencies around the world. So this was in reference to the CFTC, basically a lawsuit, and saying they have documents and all this stuff that ties into like money laundering and trying to avoid sanctions in the US regarding Binance, all this crazy stuff. And CZ's response to that is merely 4. And if you're not familiar with CZ or you don't follow him, basically it's reference a pinned post he has up here, and number 4 is don't subscribe to FUD or something like that. Let's find that exactly. Here it is. Ignore FUD, fake news, and attacks. So you see CZ will usually just respond with 4 or even take a picture of him holding the number 4 or showing the number 4 with his fingers. So again, this, as Mark mentioned, seems to be a coordinated attack. A lot of things going on in here. So all we can do is focus on one step at a time and, trust and believe in the protocol. Like I said before, so trust no one, trust the protocol. And if we do that, then I think, whack me, we are all going to make it. But man, if it's not going to be hard, we are at the then they fight you stage. So the good news is after that stage is then you win, and we will win, but there will be some casualties in war. And that just means market volatility for the time being. All right, this is just another update. Hope it provides value. If it did, smash that HBO special. Help brother out. Like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Sprix Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.